Hello, people. Welcome to Showers Means Business. Today, we are going to have a talk about snail, anything about snail farming. And our guest today is Trisolace Snail Farms. Watch out.
Yes, boss.
It's been a while.
A long time.
How's everything?
Everything is good.
Nice. We are here today to get to know what is happening with Trisolace.
Okay.
So briefly, let us know what Trisolace is all about.
Okay. Trisolace is a company that we provide traditional form of investment to people in the form of snails in recycled metal boxes. But now we are going a step further. We saw that the snails were not going very well in the metal boxes. So now we are in conjunction with MOFA, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, we are doing greenhouse tents. That's what we are doing.
What made you decide to do this?
So we saw that people were taking advantage of others because of vulnerability, and the government, the system is set up in such a way that people can actually set up legal companies, run legally, but when things happen, all stakeholders might even draw back and then leave their clients to themselves. So that is why we started an investment people can see and grow for themselves in their own houses. That is the whole concept.
And why the snail? Why not mushroom farming? Why not fish farming, but snail farming?
We saw that snails were very versatile. One, they were hermaphrodites, meaning that they were both male and female, and they will all lay eggs, making them one of the most profitable farm animals per square meter. They require very little space. They are nocturnal, they eat at night, so government workers, teachers, everybody at all can take care of them and still be able to do their other works. That's why, so let's take a person like myself. I'm renting someone's apartment. I cannot do chicken. I cannot do any other animal that makes noise. But snails are easy. I can set them anywhere on my veranda and then I'll be okay. That is why we chose snails. And they lay a lot. That is one of the good aspects.
Like if you say they lay a lot, how many eggs per snail?
A snail can lay 50 in captivity. That is if they are in these boxes. But in the greenhouse setting, they lay 120.
Why the difference in the egg laying?
Okay, so this is the whole truth. When you see a lion right now, you get scared.
I'll run.
You shiver because lions are predators to us.
Yes.
And we are prey. The same thing with the snails. So every day we think picking them up, cleaning their pen was doing them good. Unknowingly, it wasn't doing them good.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So they see us as predators, like we see lions, and you shake the same thing.
So that affects their fertility.
Their growth, their fertility, everything, 100%.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So that's why we are transitioning from these boxes into the greenhouse. And the good thing is that MOFA has buyers, Germany, South Africa, and they are buying a small snail, 3 months old, for 8 cedis.
So you're not doing this for the Ghana market?
No, we are not doing it for Ghana market.
You're doing it
for export.
Get it out there.
Exactly.
For export.
Exactly.
Okay, so how cheap is it for somebody to get one pack?
It is extremely cheap. It's one of the cheapest establishments you can do currently. So one box goes for 400 cedis, which is around $80 to set up. And at the moment, we provide you with everything. We provide you with soil. We provide you with a box. We provide you with snails. We provide you even with feed.
With feed?
Yes.
So if my feed gets finished, what happens?
So we teach you how to process your own feed because we believe that information should be shared. Once we share all these information, everyone can equally benefit, and then Ghana will prosper. People sell training. People sell other things. We do not sell training.
So how do you make sure the feed that you have taught them to prepare is of quality to your standard?
Okay, so we give them videos. We do follow-ups. Today we went to a few towns around Mampong area where people have bought that and others are expanding into their greenhouse. We went there, we did checks, so we sampled their feed, we asked them how did they do it, and then we weigh the two. We sort of look at the texture, look at the feel. Sometimes you do sampling and taste and all that. So we do that to make sure that everything is excellent.
What has been the main challenge with this kind of business?
Okay, the main
since you
challenge
started?
is basically the box approach. So initially we thought the box approach, the box was really the best approach. But like every other thing, it is good to accept that you made a mistake. It was a trial, and then we made a little bit of an error, but we are still correcting that. So even with the box nowadays, what we're doing is that we have introduced a feeding trout. So you don't disturb the snails around, but only take out the feeding trout, take away the water, and put it back in. So with that, they are now growing faster. So we are learning as and when we move, and every day we are adapting to new situations and new scenarios.
So will the new greenhouse concept you have adopted going to be like this type of mobile packet, or that one you need to have it bigger in your house?
Yes, it has to be bigger.
Farm?
For the greenhouse,
How big?
that is what we call the bossukena stuff that we are doing. So it's like people who have started this, they know that the snails lay. Just that they lay smaller quantities in the metal box.
Okay.
But if you know they lay, it means that we've proven concept that the whole principle works. And we have markets. So the best thing is that you have replicated it on a smaller scale, so you enlarge it. So a place like this room, which is about 5 meters by 7 meters, you can do your own greenhouse. It comes with an overhead tank, sprinkler system, everything like that, and everything is excellent. At the end of the day, we'll do everything for you, like we plant, feed in the greenhouse, everything. Okay. So just like we were taking care of them with the boxes, the same way, but on a magnified scale.
Okay, perfect. So at the end of the day, I realize that it is always going to be forward going from this small packet to the greenhouse. So what has been the biggest failure so far?
Okay, the biggest failure
which of them is your favorite failure?
Okay, the biggest failure was when I went to study with CSIR.
Okay.
That was a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Why is it a good thing?
2015,
Why is it a bad thing?
After my service and everything, I gathered money, about 6,000 cedis. When they pumped me up with adrenaline. Oh, you do know, they start laying eggs, but you make money. I invested all that money. And fortunately and unfortunately for me, they started dying. I called, oh, you can change the soil, do this. And then there was a forum that we were all discussing. People will give you some low ideas, they come and do and still they are dying. So we saw that made me, even though it was a failure, it made me sit down and say that I will not rely on other people's research, because theirs were not practical. What you do when you come here, what we do is practical. We sometimes set cameras on the snails for a whole night. We record almost 64 gig of video. Okay. You have to watch that the whole day. And know that this is what the snail did and this is what killed it. And we found one culprit, Saka, the centipede. They are poisonous to snails. They inject them, eat small, move on to the next one, inject, eat
also, once again, for the viewers out there who would want to come and invest in such a venture, what would you tell them about the market out there? Okay. Is it a viable one?
The good thing is that we have about 10 acres of plot on the Homasi Road. We are urging everyone who wants to invest to come. Free land. Because we at Mofa have now gotten a client that is buying one small snail, 3 CD. The ones that we buy in Ghana for a CD or 2 CD, they are buying for 8 CDs. That is 3 months old. Okay. And they need a lot. When they come and they get just small quantities, they are not really interested. Okay. So we want a lot of people to come. I'll give you the land for free.
Perfect. We
will set you up. It has sprinkler system. We have a 2-bedroom apartment that you can sleep anywhere you want. We are here to help you. Invest in something you can see.
So I want a brief description of what they need to do when they come there. How much money do they need to bring? Okay. And when they come, what sort of advice, help, or assistance are you going to be giving them for them to be able to set up on their own on your farm?
Okay, so the good thing is that with the greenhouse, you don't need someone to take care of it, because the snails feed naturally on the things that we've grown in there. We've grown cocoa, we've grown everything. So for a 5x7 or a 4x10 greenhouse meters, that is meters, that we build for you, it is 9,000 cedis. 9,000 cedis. It comes with its own sprinkler system. It comes with the feed that will grow in. It comes with a drain around it so that no other insects can enter.
And how many snails?
And we are giving you 3,000 snails in there.
Okay, so roughly how long would it take for my viewer who is interested in investing to recoup his or her money?
So in 6 months, you are getting about 5 times your invested amount. And the white people will come to you directly to buy. I will not come and buy from you. They will come and buy. They count how many snails you gave and give you instant money there.
Have you started that sort of model, or you are yet to get your first deal?
We have started that model.
Okay.
Like I said, I partnered with Mofa because of this particular project that they are doing. We saw they had market, we saw they had people. And then they showed us a lot of the greenhouses and receipts and everything. So me, for instance, we have sold just once.
Okay.
And we have seen that it is true. They buy a smaller snail at 8 cedis. And the greenhouse, they are called fattening pens because they are natural. The snails never see us humans. We observe them from the top deck. And then we'll see everything they are doing, make sure they are fine, leave them to their own, and the sprinkler system will make sure that everything is green and they eat what they see there, 100%.
What do they eat?
They eat cocoyam leaves, cassava, pieces of sweet potato, watermelons, all that. We grow that in there.
Oh, okay.
Before we start, we grow that in there. So by the time the snails are introduced, everything is grown.
These are some of them.
Yes. So these are snails. We've made it with a cover, so it looks like their natural habitat. And this is the feeding trout I told you about. Now they are always in the pen. You can see one like that, and they are always eating. So now we don't pick them up so much, and then we cover them with this, and it decreases the rate at which they see humans. And then these are other ones as well. So this is their feed, their pre-formulated feed. So we started giving them feed because all the places we went to learn, they told us to give them watermelon and pineapple peels. But unknowing to us, they contain high levels of pesticides.
Okay.
And they were killing the snails.
So these are fattening pens that we created as well. So these are the pens as well. So some are here. You can see some there. Yes. So their feed and water trouts in there.
Yes, I was going to ask, do you give them water?
Yes, we give them water. Snails love to bath in the water and also swim around. And
Do they take in the water? Do
yes,
they
they
drink?
drink it.
They drink
They
it.
drink some of the water as well. Because if you dry snails, it shrivels up to, it's like humans. When we lose our water, water takes about 70% of us. The same thing with snails. It takes, I think, even more. Because when you dry them, then it becomes small. But when you put it back in the soup, it expands. So that is the same principle. So these are boxes. We started doing researches here. We lost the first boxes that we did because, one, they were made of wood and they were rotting at a faster rate. That's why we chose galvanized metal. It doesn't react to the snails. Yes, and then we have here as well. So yes, these are our snails. You see, some have taken some of the feed and placed it there eating. So, and that is our water. Yes, and these are our snails.
Beautiful. You are now the snail man.
Yes. So these are about 4 months old, but the white people even buy smaller ones than this.
Why do they buy them small? Have you asked?
To be honest, Ghana, you see, we are a bit lazy. We haven't asked why they buy them.
You need to find. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay.